Wang Ling, the epitome of ordinary. If ordinary included the occasional SS-rank godlike powers, a squad of questionable friends, and a perplexing cluelessness around girls. From birth, Wang's been wrapped in an aura so potent even his dad felt the need to slap a seal on him for the sake of humanity. Now, with his godly potential on lockdown, Wang's just trying to navigate high school without accidentally summoning his secret treasure Mahoraga to end everything, like someone else we know. In the year 4386, a time of great scientific cultivation, Huaxu reveled in the peace and prosperity brought about by cultivation technology. But just when everyone thought life couldn't get any worse, the sky decided to throw a tantrum, turning itself red, and out of nowhere, a colossal frog looking quite similar to my ex descended from the sky, wreaking havoc with its laser beams. Meanwhile, in the midst of this chaos, our MC named Wang Ling was casually just picking up a few groceries for himself. News of the giant frog city-crushing escapade blared through every screen. But this guy, being built different, was more focused on his snacks. While munching away, a royal guard spotted him and desperately tried to warn him about the impending danger. The boy, however, was too engrossed in his snacks to notice. The guard leaped in heroically, saving the lad from becoming froggy roadkill. Bewildered, the boy dropped his snacks, and the guard, after securing his moment of heroism, returned to the epic battle. Enter Zhuyi, the legendary frog-slaying hero of Huaxu, who became a household name for defeating the colossal amphibian. Statues were erected, and tales of his bravery echoed through generations. So basically, he's like Mr. Whatever this guy name is from the show from Dragon Ball Z. Somehow in every single fight he manages to take credit. Fast forward to the new school year at Faction 60. Our once snack-loving lad has blossomed into a fine young man. But, as fate would have it, he encounters a bald senior with questionable intentions like my uncle. This senior, with a knack for head patting and dubious generosity, decides to make a business proposition. Suddenly, a golden beam of magic shoots through the air, sending the bullies flying. Enter Sun Rong, the savior of freshmen and the legendary daughter of the Flower Fruit Water Curtain group. She effortlessly shuts down the bullies, leaving our protagonist in awe of this unexpected display of magic. And so begins the next chapter of our hero's journey in the world of cultivation. The bald senior, trying to save face, mustered the courage to invite Sun Rong down, but her mere descent made the bullies scamper off like startled cats. Sun Rong, with grace and kindness, introduced herself to the freshman, extending a hand for a friendly shake. However, the lad, unfazed and perhaps a bit eccentric, handed her a 10-currency note, thanked her for the protection, and casually walked away, leaving everyone in stunned silence. As the academic year kicked off, freshmen were faced with a pivotal test to determine their class placement. Guided by the holographic presence of the legendary Zhuyi, they learned about the mysterious test of spiritual force. The target, none other than the demon king that invaded the human world a decade ago, the giant evil frog, sealed beneath the campus. The freshmen's task: hit the frog with all their might. Chen Kao, the brave soul who stood against the bullying seniors, and his friends entered the elite class, while others struggled to make an impact. Enter Sun Rong for her turn at the spiritual force test. Little did the students know, the evil frog absorbed a bit of spiritual force from each freshman every year, gradually gaining strength. The frog grinned, thinking it was in for an easy time, until Wang, aiming to keep a low profile, unexpectedly entered the room. The evil frog, haunted by memories of Wang defeating it years ago, felt a chill down its spine. Wang, pretending to struggle, delivered a blow that shocked everyone. The evil frog, playing possum, transformed into a spiritual spirit, acknowledging the force beyond billions within Wang. The next day, summoning class began, and the main instructor, Pam, introduced herself as a summoning instructor. She explained the basics and revealed that the strength of the summoned spiritual body is linked to the summoner's force level. After the lesson, students practiced summoning, with Sun Rong summoning a skeletal dog and Wang showcasing his true prowess by summoning the giant evil frog. Instructor Pan, intrigued, couldn't help but observe Wang as he left the class, sensing there was more to him than met the eye. Wang's entry into the world was anything but ordinary, with the newborn astonishing the nurse by crawling out of the delivery room unassisted. His father, Mr. Wang, was rendered unconscious on the spot as he witnessed his infant son casually stroll out, scratching his newborn butt. Despite Mr. Wang's attempts to shower him with expensive toys, Wang showed little interest, burdened by the trials that came with being the chosen one and his ability to hear the thoughts of those around him. Facing an early philosophical dilemma, Wang's father insisted he take up the sword, subjecting him to relentless pressure. However, wielding any sword posed a risk due to the overwhelming spiritual force at Wang's fingertips. Contemplating at a rapid rate, Wang found a unique solution, a strategic burst of urine that shifted his parents' focus from sword wielding to diaper changing, inadvertently saving their marriage. This peculiar incident taught Wang his first life philosophy, keeping a low profile. 10 years ago in Shanghai, at the tender age of 6, Wang failed to contain his force, leaving his parents bewildered. Recognizing the need for a low-profile life, the Wang couple, for the first time, reached a unanimous decision to uphold this principle. Mr. Wang scoured the web for ways to contain spiritual forces, successfully implementing a solution before Wang started primary school. Their aspiration was for Wang to lead an ordinary life, and for 10 years, he respected their wishes. As Wang entered the campus, he aimed for a low-key existence, steering clear of Sun Rong's election campaign. However, the temptation of discounted dry noodles led him to cast his vote in exchange for his favorite flavor. Sun Rong's seductive campaign tactics, rooted in the ancient art passed down from Little Wise Guy, affected the entire class, except for Wang, who neutralized the spell with a golden pill from his mother. When Guo Hao inquired about breaking the spell, the instructor explained that a person of strong will and spiritual force could resist it. Sun Rong, undeterred, attempted to cast the spell on Wang, who responded in sign language, praising the flavor of the dry noodles. Unbeknownst to Sun Rong, the golden pill she consumed to reduce her spiritual force inadvertently broke the seduction spell on all freshmen. The weakened Sun Rong collapsed during a demonstration, and Wang's unintentional sign language communication left her pondering about him into the night. In the pill refining class, excitement brewed as students prepared their furnaces for the task at hand. Chen Kao, envisioning impressing Sun Rong, proudly brought forth a copper cauldron passed down from his great-grandfather, who used it for refining level 9 golden pills. Meanwhile, the atmosphere took an unexpected turn when a black limousine rolled up to the school entrance, and a red carpet unfurled, signaling Sun Rong's grand entrance. Wang, nonchalant and minding his own business, found himself unexpectedly greeted by Sun Rong. However, his keen perception noticed the lingering spell over her head, indicating he had inadvertently seduced her at some point. With a swift decision, Wang approached Sun Rong and gently touched her hair, shocking everyone present. In a surprising twist, he broke the seduction spell, leaving Sun Rong blushing and bewildered. Instructor Pan took charge, teaching the students the basics of crafting vitality pills. The pace quickened, with ingredients mixed at a speed that left everyone struggling to keep up. Guo Hao showcased his calm chopping skills, while Sun Rong utilized a refining machine from her father's factory, and Wang, ever resourceful, opted for a microwave for pill baking. Guo Hao, on the other hand, proudly displayed an antique furnace. However, the calm atmosphere was shattered when Chen Kao's cauldron exploded, prompting him to leave the class in distress, fearing his father's wrath for damaging a family heirloom. The students set an alarm for the next 7 hours, the required time for the golden pills to cook, and ventured outside to occupy themselves. As time passed, an unexpected visitor entered the scene. The evil frog, eyeing Guo Hao's furnace with a hunger that hinted at its longing for a spiritual pet meal. The evil frog, having evolved into a demon king by consuming weaker beings, was about to devour the furnace when Wang, sensing trouble, entered the class. Wang followed the frog as it leaped out of the classroom, leaving behind the chaos of the pill refining class. Meanwhile, Chen Kao continued running laps, reflecting on how he had begged his father for the copper cauldron. Wang Ling successfully saved Guo Hao's furnace and began the process of washing it. Emerging from the washroom, he found Guo Hao glaring at him. Quick on his feet, Wang attempted to explain, but Guo Hao, armed with a water gun, had other plans. Pointing the water gun at Wang, Guo Hao commanded him to place down his treasure furnace and step away. Meanwhile, the Mind Devil infiltrated Chen Kao's thoughts during his weakest moment, fueling hatred towards Wang due to Sun Rong's apparent attraction to him. Just as tensions escalated, Guo Hao unleashed a purple potion from his water gun, aiming for Wang, which if this was another anime it'll be called a hollow purple, but you know. Anyways, Wang skillfully dodged the attack, but unfortunately, the potion landed in Chen Kao's mouth as he was about to confront Wang. Concerned for Chen Kao's well-being, Wang attempted to offer assistance, but Guo Hao intervened. He ordered Wang to help carry the ailing Chen Kao to the refining class, where his body had turned an alarming shade of purple. The pentatoxic potion, initially intended for external use, now posed a grave threat since Chen Kao had ingested it. If the toxins weren't removed within 4 hours, Chen Kao's life would be in jeopardy. Guo Hao, realizing the severity of the situation, struck a deal with Wang. If Wang assisted him, Guo Hao would refrain from blaming him for taking the furnace. Guo Hao provided Wang with the necessary ingredients for the antidote, and together they prepared 2 pills. As they anxiously waited for the antidote to take effect, panic set in. Guo Hao, realizing time was of the essence, employed a magical seal to prevent the evil green dog from devouring the furnace. To their surprise, the green dog's spiritual force had turned the furnace orange, revealing its ability to manipulate timelines. Utilizing the green dog's unique power, Guo Hao and Wang accelerated the heating process. The first dose of the antidote proved successful when administered to the green dog. With optimism, they fed another dose to Chen Kao. Meanwhile, Wang asked Guo Hao to stall the teacher and other students from entering the class. Instructor Pan, upon entering, chose to examine Guo Hao's furnace first. Initially hesitant, Guo Hao's respect for Wang deepened when Instructor Pan retrieved a golden pill, believing that Wang had swapped it with Guo Hao's weakened version. Unbeknownst to Guo Hao, Wang had not interfered, and the green dog inadvertently assisted in the successful baking of the golden pill with the antidote. In the end, Wang also managed to repair Chen Kao's copper cauldron, bringing resolution to the chaotic situation.